What up? It's your boy Dino Red of the Red Rock Podcast Network. And you listen to my boy T. Wilson of the What Up Doe Show. You better tell somebody, baby.
Give me a sip of water. It's the What Up Doe, the What Up Doe, the What Up Doe Show. It's time to recognize if you don't know. It's the What Up Doe, the What Up Doe, the What Up Doe Show. Time to recognize if you don't know.
The What Up Doe Show. Your commentary on sports, entertainment, and alternative news.
Y'all don't know how things go. Hey, but it's What Up Doe, the What Up Doe, the What Up Doe Show. Yo, what up, Doe, y'all? It is the second day back after the elongated hiatus for the What Up Doe Show, and I'm glad to be back, man. I really am. I really enjoy the fact that I can do this for you guys again, and for myself. It is therapy doing the What Up Doe Show, because, you know, sometimes stuff come up on Facebook, and something came up yesterday. That's why I'm bringing it up, so brace yourself. Somebody out there better brace themselves. But stuff comes up on Facebook, you know, and it's a long discussion, a whole bunch of comments, and I don't like getting involved. I have something to say, but I don't want to get involved because I don't want to keep getting those doggone notifications all damn day because I commented on something that's got 150,000 comments, and now every 5 minutes my doggone phone blowing up because I got a notification somebody else commented. So I like to bite my tongue on those, but at the same time I don't. So the one thing the What Up Doe Show gives me the opportunity to do is to store that, hold that thought, come back and air it out on the What Up Doe Show live and not have to worry about anybody interrupting me and not have to worry about excessive notifications for other people commenting on that same thread. So that's gonna happen today. It's going down, trust me. And it's a little bit of a doozy because I was surprised at the opinion of someone that I actually support. It's a show that I like. It's a podcast that I listen to. I really had a little disagreement with something that he posted yesterday. Anyway, that said, let's get down to some birthdays, shall we? And by the way, my show is still going to be rusty. I found all of my stuff. I put most of my stuff back in, but I put some of it in the wrong place. So I don't know how this is going to work because it's not where it normally is. There's a few different places you can put your information and different ways to access it, and I put some of it in the wrong place, so I don't know how this is gonna go, but we're gonna rock and roll anyway. On tap for birthdays, I got Southwest Detroit's own hero Louis Sharp, former football player, offensive lineman for the St. Louis and Arizona Cardinals. He was also a 9-time Pro Bowler, so big up to Louis Sharp and happy birthday to you. Also, happy birthday to Lamar Parker. And last but certainly far from least, my favorite news lady out of Beaumont, Texas, the beautiful and talented Jackie Simeon. Happy birthday to all y'all. I am so glad to have the boom back, man. I don't know what to do. But with all that said, let's go ahead and waste no more time and get this party started.
What Up Doe Sports?
That's right, What Up Doe Sports, the third time in the past 6 years, the sixth instance in their history. The Chicago Blackhawks won Lord Stanley's Cup. in the NHL. They're the NHL champions. This time they defeated the Tampa Bay Lightning 2-0 in a 6-game series. It was a game 6 of the series of the Stanley Cup final. Let me get right over here. I'm having a hard time because of the way I'm sitting. Anyway, it was extra sweet for the Blackhawks to win it in Chicago's United Center because this is the first time they closed out the series in front of their home crowd. And for those here in Houston Sports Talk Radio, you get that from the original 6. Because they all like, oh, take that, original 6, take that. Well, the original 6 won it all. Anyway, hockey has officially passed up baseball, in my opinion, for one of my favorite sports. Game 6, the closeout game of the NHL last night, was far more entertaining than Game 7 of the World Series a year ago. That's all I'm saying. So if you had been watching last night, it would not have been as disappointing as it was a year ago when I talked some friends into watching Game 7 of the World Series. That was a letdown for me, baseball. You really did, and I try hard to support you, but you let me down. Anyway, let's move on. After just one season, the Lance Stephenson experiment is over for the Charlotte Hornets. They sent the 24-year-old shooting guard to the Los Angeles Clippers for Matt Barnes and Spencer Hawes. I think they're going to regret that, quite frankly. I really do. I think they're going to miss Spencer Hawes, and I think they're going to miss the grit of Matt Barnes. However, they might not miss Matt Barnes as much because he will likely be released, because if he's released by July 1st, he's owed $1 million. If he's not released by July 1st, Charlotte has to pay him $3.5 million. What would you do? I would get rid of his ass.
Yo, this is Spirit G of the G Spot Podcast Network. You're listening to the number one fan by default, since he's the only fan left on Earth. Tim Wilson of the What Up Doe Show. Somebody come get y'all uncle.
Get these nuts, Spirit G.
What Up Doe Entertainment.
What Up Doe Entertainment? No, still no Buck Nutty, man, but there's a reason for it. We have an emergency here in Houston, and I am doing the What Up Doe Show at my risk of getting my car totaled. So I want y'all to really appreciate this episode. So anyway, Kanye West was like a human Bugatti, going 0 to 100 in a matter of seconds to get the hell out of Drake's epic party when he found out Amber Rose was in the house. Yeezy was chilling for about 40 minutes or so, just having a good time with folks, getting it going, and the DJ got on the mic and sounded the alarm. We got Amber Rose in the building, y'all. Amber Rose is in the building. At that point, Kanye didn't want a chance bumping into her, or even worse, having someone photograph him near her. So he waited for his homies to pinpoint Amber's location, and then he bolted and made a quick and quiet exit in the other direction. Peace out, bitches. Peace out. Bitch! Attention all you Texas hussies and thoughts. Chris Brown's got no room or time for you on his tour bus because he's got baby royalty on board, and that means some strict new rules for his homies. Chris picked up his baby girl in Houston, H-Town, represent, and they're currently taking a 10-hour ride to El Paso, also known as The Pass. I spent some time there in El Paso, had a great time. A lot of thoughts there. Natty is keeping things PG while baby's on board, telling his crew there will be no cursing, no smoking, no drinking, and most importantly, no groupies. Instead, Chris is entertaining everyone with a Disney marathon of DVDs.
Turn up for what?
Rachel Dolezal is not hiding from the controversy, folks. I want to take a moment with this story, so excuse me for a moment while I just brace myself for this one. Rachel Dolezal was easily the most photographed passenger at Spokane International Airport on Monday. For those that don't know who it is, she is the white lady that turned black that we talked about yesterday. So anyway, hours after she submitted her resignation to the NAACP, Rachel slipped into a low-cut dress and heels and was spotted around Spokane and then headed to the airport. Rachel was still rocking her perm, the perm that makes her hair looks black. Looks curly like a black woman, as she stood in line at the TSA checkpoint. Word is she's heading out to NBC Studios for an appearance on the Today Show.
What up, everybody? This is Gil Lowry from the Onyx Truth Podcast, and you were listening to my homeboy T. Wilson from the Up Doe Show. So keep it locked, fam.
Big ups to my boy Gil Lowry of the Onyx Truth. Refers to himself as the light-skinned superhero. He posted, made a post yesterday that bothered me a bit. It didn't really bother me so much as it just did. I wasn't on board. It was in defense of Rachel Dolezal. And his post had something to do with, why were you okay with Caitlyn Jenner all over the cover of the Vogue magazine, but you got a problem with Rachel Dolezal, and he's pretending to be a woman, so why is it wrong for her to pretend to be black, and this, that, and another. Okay, so I have a few issues with it that I take with it. Again, I want to first state, I have no issue with Rachel Dolezal, with a white person in general, joining the NAACP, joining the movement, doing all they can to be a part of the movement and help the advancement of black people. I have no problem with that whatsoever. I have no problem with what she did in regards to turning into a black person. I really don't. That's her prerogative. I have a problem with her lying about it. Duping people into believing she was something she was not, so to speak. So why do you have a problem with fake rappers that's not really gangster, but you don't have a problem with her pretending to be black, but she's not really black? If I want to go that route, I don't go that route, though. Here's my issues with that. I'm going to take issue number one, is that when your argument is predicated on the wrongdoing of someone else, your argument is garbage to me. It lessens your point. Don't tell me that this is not so wrong if that wasn't so wrong, because that's wrong too. What if I got a problem with both? I'm not in support of Bruce Jenner. Okay, I don't support the Bruce Jenner BS, so therefore your argument holds no water with me. Zero. I wasn't okay with Bruce Jenner on the cover of Vogue magazine looking like turning into a woman, whatever. Okay, so I'm not on board with it. I do have a problem with it. Now what? So whenever your argument is predicated on my wrong is not as bad as that wrong, I don't agree with you. Period. That's a crappy argument. It's a crappy stance. Come up with your own points based on that particular situation. Support your argument with just the argument. if you're going to defend what Rachel did, just defend what Rachel did without bringing Bruce Jenner into the conversation, and you have a little more credence with me. Issue number 2, Bruce Jenner didn't hide it. Bruce Jenner told everybody what he was doing. Did he hide the fact that he was turning into a woman? Did he try to dupe everybody into believing the person on the cover of Vogue was not him? Or was it right in your face? Did he turn into a woman right in the public's eye for everybody to know who he is, and what he did? Or did he try to hide it and just one day show up as a woman and try to make everyone believe he was a woman? That's the difference. That's the difference to me. It's the integrity of it. And I said that yesterday. I have no problem with anything she did except lied about it. Issue number 3, and the issue I take with it at most, I hate, and with a passion I hate, it's a pet peeve to the core of me, when anything to do with the plight of black people is compared to the plight of gay people. Your sexual preference has absolutely nothing to do with my ethnicity. That is a pet peeve of mine, and it drives me up a freaking wall. Really does. You want to piss me off, tell me I should understand the plight of gay people being a black man because their fight is like yours. No, it is not. Two total and completely different situations. Being black and being gay is not synonymous. They don't go hand in hand. So the comparison that what Bruce Jenner did is anything like what Rachel Dolezal did is crap on top of crap inside of crap. And I am biting my tongue strong, if you haven't realized. I am trying my hardest not to use profanity here, but I am right now in it. I am in a moment right now. It is under my skin, and I am pissed off, and I'm going to move on before I do slip up and say something I don't want to say. But don't ever come to me with a comparison that has anything to do with black people in comparison to something to do with gay people. It is not the same. Not even close. Not even on the same zip code. Not the same area code. It is not on the same freaking planet. Not to me.
What Up Doe News?
On the lighter part of news, What Up Doe News in Whangaria, New Zealand. A New Zealand man accused of giving police a fake name was arrested when officers discovered the name belongs to a wanted man. The 23-year-old suspect was pulled over Friday, and he was arrested when officers determined the name he had belonged to a man wanted for violating conditions of his bail. So in other words, you used a fake name, and that fake name was a criminal. And they arrested you because you said you were him. You the one said you were Al Capone, damn it. The man was not fingerprinted due to procedures for the charge, so police continued to believe the man he gave, believe the name he gave until he appeared in court. The man's ruse was discovered when he was recognized by prison officials. What a maroon.
You suck, you jackass.
In Belmar, New Jersey, a New Jersey mayor temporarily closed down incoming traffic because his beach resort town reached its capacity during a local festival. Must have been some black people coming. That's the only thing you shut a town down for, to keep the Negroes out. Turns out it was a false alarm. It was just Rachel Dolezal and friends heading into town. Thought she was shutting out the Negroes, and it was a white girl. Oh, Belmar Mayor Matt Doherty. I don't know if that's the basketball player or not. I sent him a tweet to find out. He hasn't responded yet. but it's spelled the exact same way as the basketball player Matt Doherty. Anyway, Belmont Mayor Matt Doherty announced on Twitter that incoming traffic was being shut them down on Route 35 because the town had reached its capacity. Doherty said the decision was made for public safety reasons. An influx of traffic coming into town was blamed on a combination of closing day of the 29th annual Seafood Festival and beach-friendly weather. If that seafood was crawfish, then I'm correct. They were shutting it down because Negroes were coming to town. Too many niggers are coming to town. Whoa!
We interrupt this podcast to tell you about Latone Heart and the 730 Show. Pop culture from the dark side.
He's a jackass.
730. Resisting arrest, eating dry ramen noodles, stalking my ex on Facebook. Yeah, I may need medicine. Blacker than chewed up tobacco. The 730 Show. Available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and Spreaker.
In Rayong, Thailand, a video shared on YouTube purports to show a man in his underwear rubbing a nest of fire ants on his privates to predictable results. What did you think was going to happen? Have you ever been bit by fire ants? You ever stepped on a ant hill and it was fire ants in it? Those things get all over your leg in a hot second before you know it. When you feel the first bite, you already have a leg full of them, and they are beastly. The video shows a man in Rayong, Thailand, attempting a red ants challenge by stripping down to his underwear and having a friend rub a branch bearing a fire ant nest on his genitals. That's stupid. McNoopid. It doesn't get any stupider than that. The man quickly regrets the decision and shouts for his friends to help him.
Oh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw.
The other men spray him with water and help brush the ants from his body, but he appears to still be in pain at the end of the video. You mean you didn't think that was gonna happen? I mean, really, what did you expect?
You suck, you jackass.
It is now time for your What Up Doe closing commentary. Houston, we have a problem. Tropical Storm Bill is approaching. Tropical Storm Bill is hitting the coast as we speak. And we'll be approaching Houston shortly. That's why I didn't do a lot of stories. I need to get my stuff together and vacate my premises because I live close to the bayou. We've only got 1.5 inches of rain overnight. They said another 3 inches of rain and the bayou is going to spill over again like it did on Memorial Day. And we're expecting, ladies and gentlemen, a lot more than 3 inches of rain. Once it hits, we are under flood warning until tomorrow evening. So that means it's planned. The expectation is that it's going to rain all day today, all night tonight, and then all day tomorrow. With winds as it stands are now ranging upwards of 60 miles per hour. So this is going to be ugly. And I'm sending a prayer up for all of my fellow Houstonians. Right now I am a Houstonian. I'm a native Detroiter, but I'm a current Houstonian. So a prayer goes up for my fellow Houstonians. I hope you all be careful today. I know a lot of workplaces don't give a damn about your health and are okay with making you go to work today. And if you are out in it, please be careful out there. I hope you can find high ground and not lose too much. Now, the last time we had the storm on Memorial Day, it did affect. I was lucky. I was fortunate. I was parked on a hill in another area, and the parking lot where I live was flooded out, and all the cars were totaled, and I was fortunately not here. The first floor of the building I live in was flooded out, so if you didn't have flood insurance, you lost a lot of good stuff. And while we're still recovering from the Memorial Day fiasco, the Memorial Day flood, here we go again. Folks, pray for Houston. Seriously, this is not a laughing matter. A friend of mine made some jokes about it. He poked fun at it, made light of it, not understanding the seriousness of this situation. So it's not a funny situation. It's not something we're taking lightly. I'm taking it very serious, and you should too, because we lost about 20 people last time. A lot more were not found. A lot of people were ousted from their homes. A lot of people lost schools. It was extremely bad, and this one might be worse. So, please, again, if you are in Houston, please be careful. Try to find high ground. If you were forced to go to work, I'll be praying for you, and I hope the best for each and every one of you. And that's all I got, man. I'm just be careful out there. I'll be watching it. I'll be watching it closely. Right now, the schools are closed in Channelview, Clear Creek, Dickinson, Friendswood, Galveston, and Pearland. Again, take care, folks. I got to get out of here so that I can get myself into a safe place and get prepared for the storm. If I'm off air tomorrow, it's because I was not able to get back to my home. So I may not be on tomorrow. I'm going to try, but I may not be. So in the meantime and in between time, you do your thing and I'll do mine. And that's all I got, folks. I want to thank you guys for listening. Big up to my man Latone Heart at 730 show. He lost the freestyle challenge and I made him retire. But you can hear the archives of his show on Spreaker.com, Stitcher.com, and iTunes. A big up to my man Dino Red of the Red Rock Podcast Network. You can catch him on Stitcher.com as well as Spreaker.com. Well, not Spreaker. I don't know if he's on Spreaker, but iTunes is what I meant to say. He does a show called the Shiznit Show as well as the Pot of Thrones with Latone Heart. So you can catch both of those on the Red Rock Network podcast, the Red Rock Podcast Network, rather, on Stitcher.com. A big up to my man Spirit G of the G-Spot Network. The G-Spot Podcast Network can be found on Stitcher.com as well. He has the Hoopla Show with his sister Storm, as well as the Fair Game Podcast, or also known as The Drunk Show. Also, I want to give a big up to Murray Riley Jr. of the Sky Shot Radio Podcast, my baby girls. She Be Show Nuff, Lavinia She Be Show Nuff, and her cousin Bugetto Rising. They do a show called Just Thinking Out Loud, and also She Be Show Nuff does a show by herself called Straight No Chaser. They are the Just Thinking Out Loud media group. And that's all I got, man. Peace out, pressure crease out, keep the police out while I bust his niece out, and I'm out of here like last year. Peace.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
What up, though?